I turn on the night notification on this laptop because I am not turning on my camera.
All right. Ironic. You have a laptop when I turn on. I have a laptop. I'm sick when it turn on.
Also,
Why?
I turn it off because I can't bother the light that I'll go for your next hour again. Over along with plan and talk.
I believe there should be a reworking of the. Interesting. I believe that there has to be a reworking of the mind as relates to assimilating knowledge. Because I mean, we're dishing out all these facts, and you know, I'm not sure if the audience, I mean, if we call them what them is, I don't know how small it be, but we have an audience. What Twitter and what Instagram I say? Have any of them reached out to you recently?
As in the Instagram who follow the page or Facebook.
Mm,
Bit old. Rajiv have controlled the Instagram, so I wouldn't know if anybody has reached to me.
yeah, well,
Facebook
fine, me try.
has been more active, but
Mm,
honestly, most of the people who are posted just seem to be posting, the usual generic stuff that you come to expect with social media.
mm,
Really educate anybody. I guess, I suppose that's partially our fault because I guess they're not engaged with what we're speaking about. Maybe.
do you want to join someone else join the mix?
Hmm?
You want somebody else join the mix? We get a threesome?
I mean, gosh, go for
No,
it.
because I want in front, so technically it's no homo. I'm just saying.
I
What?
mean, sure, I mean, I have a problem. I mean, more the
Mm,
merrier.
I'm set to. Ah,
By the time that you reach one, because a Virgo just a reach in. By the time
sure.
that you reach and yeah, that you go the knockout.
Y'all, shoot there. My ex. My wife even know say she me a try join all this shit. She like, such is fucking life, bitch. Well, then again, look on it this way. I know it wrong, but a part of me just doesn't give a fuck. And that's a part of the being I hate that about being masculine sometimes. You really just don't care. My wife don't get it. Oh my God, how can you say you don't care? And I'm like,
Don't.
I've tried to explain this shit to her. It almost hurts. Trying to explain to her hey, why. So I get a request yet to join.
Hold on.
Mm,
Hold on, you send it. You send the link to her.
yeah.
You mean to see she pop up it? It still said 12, 12,
Tell
12
me
2
why she's fucking up because you have this weird way of forgetting to mention shit, and I sometimes go off on tangents, and then I kind of disclose too much fucking information. So just saying,
I get it.
yeah, you can't get in on me. I don't give a fuck.
Yep,
That's the
that's
next one.
also something.
Yeah, I get it, but my wife won't understand it, and I won't lie. People can say I have hints of um chauvinistic ways. I would say to an extent, like I care about my wife's feelings, and then at the same time,
You don't.
because I know better, so I just don't give a fuck at the same time. Get you understand?
I mean, it's the great conundrum, I suppose.
But then again, in the same breath, I'm quite conscious that what is being asked of me is fuckery. That's the problem to me. Like, and then because I can't reason on an emotional level, I can't see it as anything else but fuckery. So I'm deemed a bastard, an asshole, because you know I am not everybody else that gives a fuck. I love you so. Dum dum da da dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum 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 dum. So la 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 la. You know, to me funny than when me I sing a white man song like white, not even remotely black. You understand me? I say what kind of song me I try to about?
Mhm.
Ah, with the haven't you people ever heard of? One of them there.
Was
No,
it?
no, me I rinse one of them there. And black people look at me surprised, and white people look at me surprised.
I don't see why when literally almost if any black man look for me, I tell me say them never listen to Linkin Park song, them me I go look upon them funny.
You know the funniest thing is, most of them would have Jamaican would tell you no, but guess which song they would have know almost everybody here at least once in a yard. Evanescence, wake me up.
If them not hear Evanescence Bring Me to Life or Linkin Park, no something wrong.
Wake me up and to save me from the.
Them that two song we show up on TV, then a music video, AMV, all manner of things. If a man look for me, I tell me say, well, he never hear that yet. I go look for him funny. Ask him what kind of rock have you been living under?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised, my boy.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Father God. Much like a distance yourself from that woman. Sometimes the lunacy and then the foolishness. Just get to one. Get to I.
I get it.
The irony of it is, say she ramp prof. You say, if you take the ramping serious, it's a problem. How me for do that? That's how it's justified, you know. How me for do that? So, so me to make you assault me. And me not for do that because me a what? Man, not a blood clot. Me not reason with them logic there, Rasta. Me not go ramp with you, you ramp rough and me a blah. Hee hee, hoo. You harass me and me go just, oh, she's a girl. Fuck that. And on them joke the Rasta. Lick for lick. Fuck me up. You feel like you fit, me fit too.
His hands are rated E for everyone.
And I agree. Honestly. And the old saying, the old rules them say, keep your hands them to yourself. I mean, I agree. And again,
If you not touch me, I won't touch you. But well, if you start touching me, well,
it's really that simple, son.
just say that it's all equal after that.
First, has to be all equal. No matter which way you take it. Because mm, sure shit. Mm,
God damn,
where the fuck is this female?
I have no idea.
This blood clot. One says she fall back in her old dirty ways, then, but I wonder if I this happen again.
I mean, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah. Mm. Mm. Um, the reality of things. Let's use that for tonight's talking points. The reality of things.
In
Over desertification of Bumbaclaw life and things has done so much dramatic and dangerous, has so many dramatic and dangerous implications on the way how people look on things. We have an entire culture of people that don't quite understand that game is game. Men will tell and will say anything to achieve anything at any expense. And I know people don't like hear that, but I don't think in this day and age game should be taught. Parents, fathers, all of them, everybody need to teach a level of life and the game to kids. This whole lazy, unproductive way of saying, make them figure it out, because nobody never helped me. That to me is probably one of the most benign, one of the most vilest way to look upon life. That's because you never get it right the first time. Him for figure or she for figure it out because what? Life was not fair to you. And you want somebody to take on the stresses and the problems because what? It's not fair. It's not fair. That is crazy. I tell that, bro.
if and when I have my kids, that's actually I try to join. But anyways, if and when I have my kids, there's no way in God's earth I'm going to want any of them to go through the shit I went through, especially in terms of relationship. Absolutely not.
Let's say not all, because I
No, I
get it.
know why I say I especially don't want them go through what I went through. If they want to go through for them own patch, fine. But on me go through, no brother. This
True.
lack of confidence, this self-esteem, motivation, and then you just find yourself going on deep depression. No, brother. But I think we can live with myself to see my opinion and go through that. Go through the same exact shit what me go through. I truly.
Good man.
Some parents will come and see that, boy, I just say, I just life, you just have to deal with it. Absolute nonsense. It just feels like, say, yo, you be absent to the issue at hand, honestly, as a parent. That's what it seems to me. I might be wrong.
And so you want feel arena what's the way about try divulge tonight?
Essentially, what we are speaking about is practically like a freelance subject, like the reality of
Yeah.
life, its situations, how we can manage it. Basically, just how your own verdict on certain things of our society and just in general, generational curses that need to or could
Yeah,
be.
and general mindsets, mind frames that nobody truly discusses, but everybody has an opinion, but nobody ever questions where the hell this way of thinking come from. Like, how many years have people perpetuated some bullshit fairy tale? Say all I have to do is just be this and life just work out for me. Hmm? How many
Oh
people?
yeah.
How many people
Oh
say
yeah.
that bullshit mantra? Hmm? How many girls, how many men I've met and known destroy them life? It's on a fairy flipping tale.
Sometimes traditions too. Traditions. Not just fairy tales, but traditions.
That you're mute. I mean, you can't finish your point, Trudy. I'm listening.
Yeah, because as I said that, I remember growing up, my grandmother used to always say to us, we had to learn to cook and clean, or else we'll never find a good man. Or when we grow up and we decide to hire a maid, the man will run off with the maid because she knows how to cook and clean, and we need to know how to do those things. No maid in our households.
I mean, I mean, I suppose that part of generation of learning is just supposed to be ingrained so you can actually fend for yourself in a life. I mean, imagine you are live alone in your own house and don't even know if you wash your own damn clothes. That shit is sad.
Another. Wash your own ass. Prepare your own food.
Yeah,
Basic
yeah.
survival shit.
All right. You say the whole thing about like learning that stuff. I believe that yes, full-heartedly you should at least know the basics of actually knowing to fend for yourself.
You know what I believe, parents, and you can take a note of this, because maybe my views may be flawed, but
Mm.
so if I'm wrong, I mean I'm open for correction. I'm not God. I'm not I'm not incapable of being wrong. Times have changed. It has failed. But the point me I try to make is this. I believe as a parent,
Yeah.
if you teach a child something, and once they are at least 70% capable of doing themselves, you let go. Not if not completely, you should barely be guide. Just at that point, you will be guiding. The parents them who can't bother, and it might take too long, and shall take too long, man. And you do it for them, you are hurting the child.
Mm-hmm.
I believe once them catch, you know. Not do it, you know. Once them catch it, that's something you stop good for them. So if them learn to wash them like a panty, them like a brief, you know, wash it for them. Stop wash it for them. Just underwear.
Definitely.
Stop wash that for them. If them learn how to make them own breakfast, I'm not saying you stop completely, but you understand where I'm coming at.
I agree with that. I mean, I think I was about 6, 7 or something like that. I start learning how to wash my own clothes them, despite me not wanting to do it. You know, learn.
That's admirable for a 6 or 7 year old for one practice, but the fact say, the course essence of it all is majority of us, whether we do it sooner or later, we had to learn how to help ourselves.
Yeah.
But we
Mm-hmm.
have well, Anna, but we have whole generations of people who don't understand how to help themselves. And when I say this, it grieves me because I know a lot of people hear this and can say, I'm just being an asshole on purpose, but I really am not.
I think about what you said is is coming. Doesn't sounds like it's coming from an asshole.
I know,
Sounds
but
like it's coming from a place of understanding, and honestly, I can say this. I've seen in more than one household where I was not a parent or a blood relative
mhm,
that end up a cook for people in that house. That's how
mhm.
bad it
Ah,
was. That's how bad the situation was. And I just had to look on it, Bradshaw, and I just say, yo, how? At this day and age, do we still have big crusty back picnic or close to graduation, right?
Graduation.
I still
I
don't
can,
know the basics of even set aisle for even just basic stuff, you know. We not even talk about you use coal and light, nothing, you know, because we not go to them the extreme, because I'm not telling you, it take me a while for y'all learn that shit.
true. But understand
Like,
this. There's also something people need to also understand. Parents also have a major role to play in the same condemnation where most
exactly.
about. You understand me? Parents fail to understand, say, the bulk of your job is guidance. Guidance. It's not actually doing it for the child. It's guiding the child. By the time the child reaches 18 years of age, you're supposed to, if you have done the job correctly, you're supposed to instill enough self-confidence and self-awareness and hopefully situational analysis. You equip the child with the basic cognitive and psychological tools. That's the next thing people feel if you understand. You have women out there who can cook, clean, fuck, everything good. But yes, as soon as a certain conversation come up and them don't understand, they immediately spun. That's the next part most people don't understand, the intellectual part of raising a child. This bullshit notion say, "Ma clothe you, you have food, you have clothes on your back, you have food in your belly, you have a roof on your head. I do my job." I swear to God, I resent every parent who thinks that way. Conscious one them. I'm not talking about one who no know no better. Them different. I'm talking about one who know say I fuck with them I do. Them one them I resent. Personally.
And you say that you touch on something. I remember trying to have conversations with my mom. Trying to. And it's I don't know, it's like hitting a brick wall.
Yeah.
She didn't want to talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time I was suffering from a lot of things, depression, anxiety. I couldn't sleep at night. I was not sleeping in high school. A lot of shit. And I was trying to talk to her about the things that I was going through. Because she would say things like, don't talk to your friends about things that you're going through. You talk to me. You don't tell your friends about your life and whatever, you talk to me. And whenever I tried to talk to her about it,
She said that?
yeah, she said that.
Oh, that shit is toxic as a motherfucker.
Bro,
Oh
that,
my
yo,
God.
yeah,
Oh my God. I
yo,
know I never
brother,
known that. But my God, man.
brother, that's all like the IGL gas fan get stuck on our light over to blur now the way that gas light hit.
Fucking,
God.
how fucking egotistical that shit sounds.
Don't
You
speak to your friends about anything. Only speak to me. 5
do.
seconds later. I don't want to speak to you. Wow.
We not time for this. And this is why fathers make better parents. I'm not insulting you, love. You're a man and woman in a one. Big man. Sometimes I wonder when the man them done what them done if them feel like it's a man them. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. It's not fair. I haven't spoken to you in months. I don't think we will start off this way. But the point me I try make is you again you're the exception. You are an anomaly. You are so unique that again every time I say this, a part of me gets pissed off. You understand me? You're rare. You are what oh my. I wish I knew how to open a femininity school in America. But I'm rich. I'll be fucking rich. I
You
do
know,
it.
I've thought about that.
Love, if you can make it here, we can figure something out. Make it here, we'll figure something out. Yo, listen to me.
Because remember when school used to be about teaching young girls how to be young girls, teaching young men how to be young men?
Those are only teaching young girls how to supposedly compete with young men. And then when they realize that them asses can't compete with them, oh, men are still the problem. Blood
Of course, yeah. Of course, there's still a problem. It's a easy cop out. Because I look on people and say, yo, this shit makes no sense. This shit makes no sense because I can't tell a woman how to be a woman. I may be honest with you. I've witnessed my mother raise my sisters. I know what femininity looks like. I can tell when I see it. I know when I feel it. Femininity is alluring. It make the man wants to be around her. Let me show you right? Femininity is so powerful that even if you know the bitch is toxic, as long as she's feminine, as a man, you want to be. It's really conflicting. You want to be around her, but at the same time, you don't want to be around her.
How much time that reach me?
Yeah, I've known that word before. But the point I'm trying to make is men nowadays are men nowadays don't truly know what to do with a feminine woman. That is truly heartbreaking. I know how to assume the position. Well, assume the role, but not in a position. Cause
Yeah, some people are listening to this and get the wrong idea as per usual.
I can't give up. I can't give up. Yeah. Back to
But yeah,
yourself.
also the other thing is, how can parents not teach their children simple things? Because the pride you feel when them even learn how to tie them shoes lace or brush them teeth, bathe themselves. How can you not want them to learn to do more things for themselves? How can you not want them to be more independent?
And then
You need-
and then when they're a set of bums inside their house at the age of 26 and still can't find a woman to feed them for it, you start cussing them.
I know that. When a woman in a age and every man across is every man evil. Every man do something wrong. I'm like, you realize what you just say? Every one of them.
I have the privilege to witness from both ends,
Mm-hmm.
and I can honestly say sometimes woman turn man into dogs.
Of course.
No,
Me surprised I'm not a dog. Never turn dog. I feel that way. Me surprised me never
they drop a
dog.
signal for a couple seconds.
Why go on, Dario? Are you that junk? I mean, general. Just
Well,
a little. Go on, Dario. Think good, babe.
I mean, and there are times when, just when a man would complain, say, a woman always says she want a good guy and whatever, but she always dating these bums. I've seen it with men too.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
Because
look here, men and women might talk a lot of shit, but they are shit because them talk shit what them know so it is not true. Most men know damn well say them don't want a good woman in their life. They just want the idea of one. The
no,
same thing goes for women.
no. Because I push back on that one day. I disagree. Why am I
Why?
say that?
Mhm.
I say that because you can't truly claim something if you don't know what to do with something. Like I said, this is not the generation of past. You understand me? This is not the millennials and the one them before generation. Most men, and believe that or not, a lot of millennial men, not every one of them, quite understand what to do with a feminine woman.
is this dude really showing off right now?
I
A
don't
show
know.
off.
I don't know if he,
Alcohol, stop
I
your
don't know
nice.
if he didn't drink anything
Alcohol,
when
stop
he
your
was.
nice.
Dario, did you drink anything when you go out with work?
I had one red stripe.
I know you me attack, Dana. She me attack. Stop your nice alcoholic. And you me attack, Dario. She
I'm
Cheers
alcoholic.
to
not
her just the same.
No, I'm not. No. Him she attack about. We think she attack about a show off. We think she really has about.
Cheers
Who
to
am I?
her just to say.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
why I
drink
look
some
for.
Sky vodka as
No,
well.
no, I realize that the two are on a branch out. You are true. You two are now one princess now. So I'm glad to look for you know.
I'm
Man,
gonna have some Sky vodka right after this.
Oh Lord.
So
wait,
you
wait, wait,
so
wait,
you
say.
are just the video man for the night then.
Screwed. Chopped and screwed. Anyways, moving on. Which demon you run from, though? Anyways, moving on.
Which
No,
one?
no, I'm
Which
not
one you
talking
talk
about that tonight.
Which one you talk about? The sleep paralysis one or the one for them every day?
Oh, so you drink that one. So you're drinking this one away. All right, good man. Yo, drink your problems away, sir. Shit. Who am I to judge you? No,
Does
seriously.
that work?
No, it doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
doesn't. It doesn't.
Neither does smoking your problems away. They don't. They don't.
When does anything that involves a substance to make you forget anything work?
Just for the record,
Roofies work.
sex doesn't help either.
Roofies.
Roofies work.
This is me. If I
For
eat
the record,
one slice
guys,
of
guys,
chicken, right?
guys, guys. For the record,
Yes.
sex doesn't help either.
True. True.
You know those people who go into whole phases so they can avoid their problems and just try to fuck it away, and they're just using sex as opposed to a substance.
Yeah. It's the same
Doesn't
thing.
help either.
I
It's
mean,
the same thing, but like in the moment, you don't remember the problem.
Same thing
The
with cocaine.
moment.
Same thing with weed.
Same thing with weed, same thing with pussy. Same thing.
Hold on, did you just say Colgate?
He said cocaine.
Because I was just about to say, yo, which nigga do you know that got high at Colgate? Yo, the fuck?
Yo, man, found out
Oh,
one Sprite could fuck you up. Me don't know how him figure that one out till this very day. Me want to. Yeah, me say cough syrup and Sprite.
I mean,
How?
I mean,
How that
let's-
man?
I
How
mean,
even?
let's look at it logically, Bradshaw. If you drink
Yeah.
too much of one thing, you're liable to fuck yourself up. Let's be real.
No, that's not the point. You know, understand me? I try to say, where was he in that frame of mind? What was there a bottle of cough syrup on the table?
maybe he was sick one day and he had a really bad cough. So
He's
he
like,
had some cough syrup, but then he was thirsty afterwards, and then he had some Sprite, and then figured out it could f you up.
even better. Oh my God! No, come on, more if I weedy me depend when him's like, you know what? Let me mix these two together. Shit, what? Let's see what's the worst that can happen. Find a new way for fuck yourself up. I mean, I always know cough syrup was dangerous. I mean, it almost killed Little Wayne like 3 different times, right? Or 4. Pardon. Cough syrup almost killed Little Wayne 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Least surprising thing that could have killed him, in my opinion.
But yeah, they do caution people when taking cough syrup. Well, certain cough syrup, it depends.
Because anything that has that is medically certified is cautioned.
Sir,
Yep.
sir, when I found out that all them pills that I heard on TV, like no matter what you do, there's a percentage of cocaine in all of them, and I'm like, what? I was like, yes, you're taking legal coke, and I'm like,
Money off a Mac,
what the hell? But hold on,
run.
but aren't you the same people who are prison people for take this shit by itself? But then you put it in a drugs and then I sell it back, and then you're going to say,
But they can't be too surprised because they kind of did the same thing with weed for a time.
Don't do as I say. I say go.
not as I do. Fucking need to change. Anywho, where was we? Oh yeah, parenting and youth and the whole mindset of it all. Because I mean, my nose said Dowie, not yet, doctor not yet, but parents need to understand something. And this is also aired out to the viewers and everybody who's listening out there. Never think you're too big to help a child. Let me repeat that. Never you think you're too big to help a child.
It depends on the situation, though.
I know, but that's what I was about to say. Every one of them differs based on the situation. But here's the mindset. Even though they don't exist anymore, it used to be communities that raise children.
I was having this conversation a few weeks ago with my boss, with one of my bosses from a second job. And we were discussing it, like how even when we were growing up, Bradshaw, it was still the community helping to raise the kids.
Yep. Everybody was in charge of everybody. So
yeah,
you as a teenager were in charge of the kids below you. And there were bigger teenagers and the young adults and then the big people who you answer to, and then the bigger people. You understand me? There was always a sense
Yeah,
of
and we were alive to watch it deteriorate little by little.
it hurt me like a motherfucker. Yo, I thought I was the only one who sat back and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Is
when I came back, I was like, I remember when this community was like, everybody was looking out for the kids.
Yep.
Everybody was looking out for the kids. No picnic and nothing rude and. But no.
Certain acts couldn't go on. Certain acts couldn't go on, and people couldn't get away with certain things. You understand, man? Say alcohol funny play.
But no. With all the fuckery that's going on the lane, oh my god.
And I said, fuck them kids.
It's hard to believe it was the same community we grew up in.
Yep. Of course it's hard to believe that kid. And the parents are there. Is that the part? He said the parents are me dead, migrate or some shit, but I understand. But the parents are in the same space as a child. Maleficent parent who used to exploit other people picnic. I'm not calling him, but I believe truly I understand who me attack. The man they used to take joy in a desecrate other people girl picnic. If you understand what that mean. Them used to enjoy when man bring woman come in and she bring her friend them. Grown man, know damn well so this child is a child. The man is still a fuck it. Man say more film share the fuck there. Him no want just a quick broke him look. Look,
But then he got a couple daughters of his own, no?
That's the irony of him said one. And that's the irony of it all. He has daughters. God blessed him with daughters. And guess what's happening now? Because
life
has a funny way of repeating itself. So now he's on the receiving end. Everybody are knock it left, right, and center. Brother man,
was the sound effect necessary?
Yes, it was.
It
was icing on the cake. Yes, necessary.
Hold on, Dario.
No,
Dario. Hold on, So, Dario, you're going to look at me as your closest friend, right? You're going to look at me and tell me, say, yo, that was not necessary. Dario, this is not something that we have not heard of. We know people who do this shit.
I have 3.5 adopted daughters.
No, but them not daughters yet. Them daughters not fully grown yet. But I can guarantee you this. Them the daughters, they go to the same treatment what them do.
She means you're full grown.
Excuse you? I'm not talking about sheep. I'm not give a shit about your daughter them. Fuck them. They can't dead for you like here.
That one kind of hurt.
What kind of badass kids are those?
My students just
like him, toxic and fucking mentally deranged.
They're psychologically toxic and narcissistic.
They're not psychological. They're mentally and everything.
Narcissistic?
Yes.
There's no fixing that. There's no fixing that.
I'm narcissistic and I'm not that bad.
Dario, they take from you.
I've been able to control my narcissism for over 3 years. Shut your shit.
You purposely do that. You purposely want to be a general asshole every day, but you don't. It's not a choice. You just don't want to.
The danger about Dario.
I want to be better.
Exactly. The danger of Dario, the narcissism, it's not like, the other two idiots than before. You're locking with a mental sick fuck. Again, mentally sick. As in, he won't shout, he won't get mad. But the way how him twist him words will corrupt your soul. Again, if you're weak, you aren't. I mean, you have a lot of experience, unfortunately, with narcissism.
Unfortunately.
What?
Unfortunately.
What?
You said unfortunately. I'm like, wait, what? What did this nigga just say?
Unfortunately, she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I have no comment. I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, let's leave that.
From mom to
Nigga, yo, may I tell you something? We don't know why this always happen, eh? Why, you know them say opposites attract? So let's say. So the opposite of a narcissist is a what exactly?
Empath.
It makes sense. Then why the fuck you keep attracting the bomber clat opposite of yourself, female? Make that shit make sense.
I think we all
Okay,
know
so
the
I'm
answer to that.
doing some I'm just watching mostly videos.
Uh-huh.
One of the things that a couple of psychologists are pointing out, relationship wise, because it's a thing. It's a massive thing with our generation. One of the reasons why people, decent people specifically, go after narcissistic or emotionally unavailable partners,
Yeah.
is because they themselves never had. It's what they were taught. It's how they were brought up, how they were cultured. Their parents themselves never had their shit together emotionally, so they
I believe
cannot
that.
function in a proper relationship with a partner that has their shit together emotionally.
Makes sense.
Okay, so one of the best examples was this isn't even a psychologist, but she was a woman, and she went to one of the psychologists that was actually talking about this on his TikTok or Instagram channel, where she was saying she used to have an issue. She's Latino. She used to have an issue with how calm her husband was and how he dealt with frustrations, anger, and arguments in a mature and calm manner.
Eh?
She wanted
I believe
what
it.
was the word she used? She was like a telemundo.
Telemundo, yeah, I know that.
No, like Latin soap operas.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Telenovela.
Telemundo kind of love, where
Yeah, I know.
someone would get
Telenovela.
angry and go into a room and slam the door, and you have to run behind them just to
And
show them that. And then she thought
Oh
that
hell
was love.
no.
oh hell no.
Hell no.
No, but hold on. That's the thing. Like, she genuinely, that's how she grew up, and that's like her entire family even know. So she thought that was love. You have to get angry and someone has to try and fix it. But
So
like,
this
her husband was not about that life. He's super calm, super chill. Like, hey, we have an issue. Let's think about this logically. Let's think about this sensibly. Let's sit down, talk about it, and see where we can find a middle ground, or just eradicate the problem altogether. She
like
didn't like that.
yes.
And that's it, no. But in the back of her head, no. The thing was about,
Dare you?
because she has enough sense to think of her. Sorry, she could think for herself, So she knew that it was like a good thing to do or the right thing to do. But the I guess it was a cognitive dissonance, or maybe something similar to that, where in the back of her head it was like, no, I just can't accept this, even though it is 100% right, or like the angel on my shoulder is telling me that yes, this is right, but like my past and what's in my emotional and psychological DNA is telling me that we shouldn't do it. If you get what I'm saying.
I do. I mean, I met females who said to them one time to me, say, yo, shit. Although I'm not call her name, my name begin with K. Come here and tell me,
Who did that?
If Bradshaw don't become a webtoon novelist or an audiobook writer, something wrong. This nigga has too much stories, bro.
no, I've lived some life, sir. Shoot me. The only difference is, people tend to tell me shit. Even when me least expect it, I was buying gas up to last night, or not last night, like 3 nights back, and this lady just started to talk to me about life, and before you know it, we gone all the way as Italy, and she have Jamaican in her bloodline, and then I'm like, interesting. I mean, personal shit. And that shit still happens to me, even when I ask for it. So, yes, I always have stories, bro. It's most people who want me to tell you about, but I have a few for myself. Shit.
Yeah, the problem is I don't remember those stories.
The
I,
power.
I forget them as soon as they happen.
And you see now, this is why, as long as she live, she will forever be the person. When I want a good laugh at, I know where to find her. Her memory is utter trash. But they say if we are arguing, like every we are arguing like any other woman, she will remember to the fucking millisecond what the fuck was happening at that space in fucking time. I wish I was lying here. At one time, we are on a joke for her when she there at Jamaica.
Okay, all right, enough. All right, enough. We get the point.
Never enough.
Mama finish. Please let me finish.
Never enough.
Yo, you message. You message. I have to get down. You can't blue ball me something. Never finish. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe not talk. I said something one time, and when she asked me back, I purposely twist the last part of the answer. Bad. Right. And give me a piece of blood clot. Look. Me say, it looks good. Kill. But they 25 times. I say, yo, I don't like when I try. Message remember this. I quote, I don't like when people try to make me look crazy.
Yes, I remember that.
There you go. She went into extreme detail. The argument. I'm like, you even remember where the dust was in the room. Women are some weird stuff.
But they say that selective memory, like you only remember the
That's
bad
not
stuff.
It's not selective
And-
memory.
That is not it.
That's not selective memory. You know what?
This is a narcissistic
Memory?
trait. I would know.
Oh, no, you know why that's not selective memory? Selective memory is remembering that one time you said that one thing. That's selective memory.
Selective memory is me remembering the good times and not the bad. Are you remembering when you did something good but not when someone else did something good?
it works the opposite for me. I always remember the bad things, like mistakes and embarrassing moments and stuff like that. It's harder to remember good memories.
God, you need a therapist. Anyways. What?
Don't we all?
Do you think I'm excluding myself? Fuck. I got some kind of time. Shit, I know I need one.
Hold on. This entire podcast group needs therapy. What you mean?
Even the people who aren't present.
Especially the people who are not present, I mean.
Oh,
Mostly them, because at least we are fighting to get our shit together. We're not even making efforts.
No, that is not it. At least we're honest.
you have problems.
At least I can say, yo, yeah, I'm not all 100% up there, probably 70%.
Yo, I want to say, sorry, before we go any further, I want to say this. The restaurant we went to tonight for Virgo's birthday is Chilling Restaurant and Bar.
Mm-hmm.
First time going there. If I ever bring a girl there, just know she's the one. Their food was amazing. Absolutely.
I would
If
trust.
Just chippy in a free ad in there.
I wouldn't even complain.
I would trust that was judgment that she's the one, but just because I know Dario better than they know himself, I'm not even going to comment.
Xavier, look here, please.
No, I'm not look. Now look. I'm tired of being disappointed. I'm tired of being disappointed in my life, sir.
Look at your screen, no? You won't be disappointed.
Sir, what is it? What is it? May I look it up? I'm not turn on my camera now, but may I look?
All the way off, yeah? All the way off.
All the way off. That if you do people them data, you're not Ross do it.
Which people them data?
Don't talk to me, man. You're blessed. You're a disgrace.
I'm not seeing anyone right now. What you mean?
Okay, don't speak to me. You're a disgrace.
If I was seeing someone you know, that's the worst part, and you're still pressuring me.
If you did that to someone, you would have dashed away in a one day.
Blood clot.
1
Man.
week and I'm not that bad anymore.
Man, correct him.
Dario,
Rudy, don't listen to him. I'm not
Dario.
that bad.
Dario, you're gonna look for me. Me, you know. Not even
I'm not looking at you
look
technically.
for me. And tell me, say, you go stay in our relationship for 1 week. You, this current version of you.
I stayed in my last relationship for 2 months.
You don't even remember what your last relationship was.
Yes, I do.
You don't even remember how she looked.
He didn't sound convinced. He said, but he
They all
didn't
look
sound
the same, dark
convinced.
skin, big butt.
You're gonna think that she look like one damn giraffe at this point. Giraffe.
They all look the same.
Or with the last
Skin and
relationship.
sexy.
Mean and sexy.
Mean and sexy. That's your yo. You know them pimp that were just come to a member say, yo, we have that side hood at that one time. Yeah, that's exactly what Darius sound like.
What he's saying is I need to stop dating dark skinned women and try my luck with some light skinned women and see if I can.
Darius,
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Let me be a little bit serious here. Even if she looked like a goddess and she was the best thing in the world, you would have still fling her away.
Are you saying I have commitment issues?
When I say it, it written by your face. What?
Oh, that was a nice one. Yeah, I give the execution a 7 out of 10. Not bad.
This nigga. When I can't talk about commitment issues.
Yo. Good jokes will be honored here. I'm not care. I don't get fucking hurt. Good jokes will be honored here. Moving
That
on.
was a good one. I'm not gonna lie.
And that was
I
not
have commitment issues.
that was good. Give myself
It
note of
sounded like commitment issues was an
I stayed with
understatement.
the last chick for 2 months. Remember, she broke up with me.
why.
Dario.
I'll have to say it off air.
It sounds like he likes to self-sabotage. So even if she broke up
Yo,
with him, it
self-sabotage.
seemed like
Surely, if
he
me did have money like that, me tell you say, yo, give me your cash up, me send it to you. Yo! Oh, no, she hit me up on the head. Self-sabotage. You know, say that your new nickname, Dario.
I did not self-sabotage my last few relationships. That's a lie.
Explain yourself.
I don't want your laundry on ear still.
Yo.
No, jokes aside, I'm not going to ear it out on ear, but I didn't self-sabotage the last couple of relationships.
Man, say last couple, let's say a couple, I didn't need them after us.
What I will say is that I think I am in a stage where I'm picking emotionally unavailable women.
He says to us.
that just confirmed what I said earlier.
Yeah, which means I need therapy, not that I'm self-sabotaging anymore.
Brother, you need Jesus.
I'm not where I need Jesus.
You need Jesus, Jesus, Jehovah, Yeshua, everybody.
I am not where I need to be, but I'm far further than where I used to be. I can admit that.
I'll give that. That's good. That is a good. Being self-aware is actually one of the keystone cornerstones of actually growing the fuck up. Yes, self-awareness, people. Something that most people don't want to confront because what makes you feel bad. I get it. I mean, I've been down that road. I mean, shit.
But if you don't feel like shit once in a while, how will you improve?
True.
Or how will you know to improve?
My dear, I said this today. I said this yesterday at work. I said, yo, I'm confused, right? How do you know when you are doing the right or if something is correct if no one ever challenges it? Everybody looked at me funny. I'm like, no, really think about it. If you believe what you believe so wholeheartedly and you can't be swayed, then why do you take offense when simple questions are asked about the same thing that you say nobody can, because you know it, right? But questions start popping up and most people either never really think about or them already blank their mind, said there's no way in hell man like Dowie can wrong. Dowie a human being too. Yep. People will construe information. People hear the information from one source and by the time it reach you, them edit, dash out some of the words them.
Rewritten.
Of course, shit, recorded too. Not like the original message. And then you,
Translated.
oh my God. And you, the second man who hear this information. When you hear this harass, nothing like you understand me? So people need to ask that into accountability. Don't believe everything you hear. Challenge the things that you are being told. Even the shit that we say on this podcast. I know for a fact I am not fucking perfect. Some of the information might be wrong, but based on the fact that most, if not 90% of what I'm being said is being backed scientifically, I don't think I need to prove shit. That's on you. So,
Thing is that I'm speaking about my observations and experiences.
Mm,
Yours might be
okay.
different.
Fair. But that was just like a general overview because a lot of people really don't think about stuff like this. People tell you something one time, and I mean, I've known man
I
who
question everything.
you have to. You really do have to. That's a
I
It's
weird
like you're
question
sticking to tradition
everything.
in order. It's like you're sticking to tradition in order to please the ancestors, as opposed to building a legacy to make a better future for your offspring.
Not necessarily. I
I
believe it's a
remember
combination.
getting cussed
To
out
an
for
extent, to an
questioning
extent.
traditions.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, if your reasoning makes sense, yo, this is why it's called controversial topics, my dear. You understand me? Nothing
No,
is
but
off.
I was like what, 13 and so on. I was young as hell, questioning stupidity that adults did. And then
Oh,
adults
fam.
turning it around
As a
and calling
6-year-old,
me
I
the
was
idiot.
questioning religion. Or younger, I was questioning religion. That shit didn't make no sense to me.
Because most religions are based off of tradition.
I
Yeah.
also question politics the same way I question religion, because both of them just seem like cults.
Somewhat.
In a way, yeah.
Do you want
When
to
you
know
think
something?
about it,
There is
yes.
there is a theory that a lot of people don't explore, but I'll just throw it out there because this is controversial topic. Joe Rogan podcast had an episode where they're talking about the Bible, and I believe Joe was had this guy on and was quoting something from a National Geographic article or a journal from one of the guys who been in Egypt for almost 30 years digging and receiving artifacts, all them good stuff there. So here's the thing though. There's a theory that the bush, where them say Moses went up into the hill when it was the burning bush thing.
Yeah.
There's a theory that the bush that was on fire had extremely hallucinogenic buds on it. It's not weed,
Ah,
but it's not weed, but it have hallucinogenic. We don't make you hallucinate.
I mean,
We don't
I
hallucinate.
guess it's the stuff where LSD comes from, because I mean, aspirin does come from a tree as well.
There you go. I think that's it. The chemical, it let off a very psycho like tripping balls high. You understand? If you understand, there's a difference, people.
An
Tripping
extreme
balls,
psychedelic experience.
yeah, out of body. You're freaking the fuck out, literally. So there's a theory that tree was in the mountain. Like they were doing some research, like in that area, and I think they came across one of the bush them. So there was, so then the theory
I
start
hope
coming
they
up.
call me early tomorrow and tell me so when I come to work. I hope to God.
Wow.
You guys can't hear it, but it's raining really hard right now.
Oh,
Yeah, and there's a storm supposed to pass us tomorrow.
mm,
But anyway, continue with your.
hmm but yeah, there's that somehow Moses got exposed to that bush, and them say there's a good chance that even Solomon and David, especially Solomon though, Solomon has been smoking weed for a very long time. When they dug up King Solomon's tomb, in his coffin was weed seeds.
Wow. He wanted to take it to the afterlife.
Yes, so we're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of, well, hundreds of years, right?
Mm-hmm. Thousands.
Thousands, yeah. Thousands of years. And the weed seeds survive.
Oh, righteous.
Thousands of years in a tomb. And the weed seed them survive. So there's a theory that a lot of the great things that Solomon did, it was while he was, when he spoke to God, he was high. And I'm like, well, it makes sense if you think about it. I mean, the Kalinagos, which them say, people want them to say don't exist now, are the Tainos or the Arawaks, right? Did I say that right?
Oh, hell, I can't hear nothing anymore.
I mean, there's nothing anymore.
I mean, I said I can't hear anything anymore because it's raining so hard.
Oh.
The rain is louder.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. But the point, man, where the fuck was I?
Thanos, Arawaks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some people say them don't even exist no more. But even in their little, what we know as religion, our belief system, the guy who was in charge of contacting the spirit got high as a fucking kite. He was smoking some shit. So weed has been around. Seriously, it really is a good thing. But I also understand why it also has a negative stigma behind it. But
there, to add to your point, there's also a religion that eats shrooms to feel closer to God.
Okay. Make that one make sense, please. Somebody make that one that make sense.
I mean,
you know what shrooms does to you, sir?
I take it's not very good, but I mean, my point is though, Roger, in my point of view, and I know a lot of people are going to say this is blasphemous, but I do not believe religion is supposed to be set in one stone where everything should follow one accord. Because we did not exist back in the Bible days, and we can read and analyze and do all what we want to do and do all of that bullshit and talk about, oh, this is how it should be. Brother man, it's all down to analysis. It's all down to observation and what you believe. So I feel to see how in this day and age, man, I go look for me and tell me, say, yo, no, this is how it should be. Nigga, who are you? Who are you?
I mean, the book of Genesis itself, the beginning of the Bible before the book of Genesis itself has no logic, so.
Bro, like, I have said this many times, and I know my might sound stupid feet, but there's no way the Bible, how we keep on and read every minute, was written by God himself. I refuse to believe that. I know it sounds dunce, but I just can't see it. There's so much alright. He's supposed to be a so-called perfect being, right? Then if he is so perfect, how so much fuckery in the Bible? It just not add up.
Sir, understand this.
Or maybe I'm looking at it wrong, and maybe it's a reflection of what we are as humans. Maybe he's just like us.
But that would still be a reflection of God because we're in his likeness. We're like him.
Yes, we are.
Yes, but again, Dario, the argument is from people, or the cults as we call them, is that, oh, God is the supreme ruler. He's also perfect and can do no wrong. Oh, fucker, this nigga wiped out the entire planet for all we care. This nigga doesn't give a shit. we should just sit back and just accept it because questioning anything is just also wrong. I refuse to believe that.
I mean, the mere fact that the devil exists kind of contradicts the entire Bible.
Explain.
Okay, so first and foremost, two things. If God is such a perfect father, how come he has a fucked up son?
Free will
Remember,
does
perfect father, fucked up son.
Free will do that to you.
But again, who gave him free will?
His
And
father.
hold on, this is my second thing. My second thing, and this was like one of my first things I asked. And I've been asking this since I was a child, like probably about 5, 6 roughly. If the devil knows God better than I do, and the devil knows that he could never ever beat God, because I mean, if for argument's sake, if God is walking on the beach and a coconut drops into God's head, and he gets amnesia and forgets that the devil exists, the devil would literally cease to exist, literally just like that. He doesn't need to go to Revelation. Doesn't need to come on his white horse with his two-edged sword or get the armor of God, any of that bullshit in Revelation. As far as I'm concerned, it's just genuine bullshit. If God decides to snap his fingers and the devil cause the devil to cease to exist, he will cease to exist.
That's
the devil
weird.
knows that better than I do. The devil has known that longer than I have known that. So, with that being said, why is he fighting a losing battle? And the devil is significantly more intelligent than I am, yet he's still holding this useless grudge and fighting a useless war for a useless and stupid reason. Where's the logic in it?
Well, I mean,
Well, think of it this way. You know you're gonna die. Would you rather go down swinging or just accept your fate?
Yeah, but that's just the thing, though. There's no logic in it.
no, but no. Trudy, I think I get where you're coming from. God is omnipotent. He's pretty much the Alpha and the Omega, which means there's nothing above him or below him, pretty much. So what Dario is saying, the way how God is painted, revelation wouldn't be needed. We're talking about a being that is so impervious, omnipotent. I mean, all he would have to do is snap his fingers, devil would cease to exist. This is how he's painted in the Bible. You understand? Sneeze and
almost every church.
little this and and I get where I come from, like, and I also get where you are coming from as well. You understand? Shit, I hate being what I am. Well, anyways, but I get where
what? You hate what you are. What?
It's hard to explain.
But there's nothing wrong with questioning illogical shit.
I know, right?
There is nothing. Hey, society will never make me feel bad for questioning.
Oh, hell, it's not looking.
God damn.
Is that rain?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
You just hearing it?
Yes.
I am so jealous.
You know how long it can be like that?
BBC, my old, yo, the place quiet and you blow your radio on the road. Sure. I wish I still had my license gun, honestly.
Nice.
I like to find the logic in the illogical. I don't know why.
Who doesn't?
It's like a puzzle, and I love puzzles.
But
so I think of it this way.
And there's no logic to it.
They say that we are created in this image and likeness. Likeness meaning that we are somewhat like him, personality-wise and everything. So if you were a benevolent person, as a parent, you gave your child keys to a house. You tell them, that's your house, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I can't do nothing to that house unless you give me permission, because it's your house. I gave you the keys, it's in your name, it's your house. For me to do something in your house, I would have to ask you permission, or you would have to give me permission. right?
Yep. Excuse me.
That's how I see it.
Mm.
We have free will to do whatever the fuck we want on this earth. That's why it's so fucked up.
Fear the coming wrath of our Lord and Savior.
And
Waited for, he waited for
and as
slavery. I think he can wait.
omnipotent as God may be, it also says doesn't go back on his promises. So if he gave us something and told us we can do whatever we want with it, it's ours. I can't intervene unless someone asks me to intervene, and it would have to be a great majority.
Here's one more question. If we are so fucked up and it might take us centuries or millennia before we get our shit together as human beings, how long was God fucked up before he got his shit together?
Interesting question. I wish I could answer it.
I want to ask him one day.
Ask God. We want to ask God.
Great small talk. That sound like great small talk and Doris way down to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I know the question. If God says he wants
Okay,
to
right now I can barely hear everything.
Yo, if God tells me he wants to have a personal audience with me, the questions I ask him, I know he's going to send me straight to him. I know that.
All right, look at it this way. Remember now, he's omnipotent, he's omnipotent, which means he knows the questions in the head already.
You want to ask already.
But knowing him, he must still want to hear come out of my mouth.
All right, and see, this is the next thing I understand. How God are gonna judge man when he makes man probably one disgusting and yet most useful thing he could ever do. God make one man can populate an entire planet. Good man. Here's my problem. And again, you know, for question, right? But why the hell man have this insatiable sex drive?
To populate.
Again.
It is fucking annoying sometimes, yo. You have no fucking idea. And you can't turn the motherfucker off. There's no switch. There's no reset time. There is no calm down. Oh my God.
You can't just say, oh, I'll not think about it. Bitch, you know how hard it is not to think?
Nine, man. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, yo, all it takes is just one ass to walk past you. And you've already fucked her like 27 positions in your head already. The fuck?
And no, you ever know the worst part? You ever know the funniest shit? When you actually tell some females this, they're like, really? You're like, yes.
But that's strange. You guys are allowed to think like that. But if a woman thinks like that, it's considered whole behavior.
The man just need to glimpse you just once. The man start daydreaming about things he never been daydreaming before. God.
Women do the exact same thing.
Yeah, that more just
laugh about it.
Trudy, that's BS. Girls before, like you said, we're talking about thinking that. We didn't say we actually did that.
I'm talking about thinking.
Oh, you're talking about doing?
No, thinking.
No, nothing wrong with that. Yo.
Because one time I made the mistake. We were all playing Truth or Dare. And it was a truth moment. And I had to confess some things. And when I confessed this, people looked at me strange.
Pray tell, what did you have to confess, or are you not safe? I'm curious because I mean we're all adults here, so I'm just saying.
This is a safe space.
I know, right? You're among friends. But anywho.
Pretty much the same thing you said, but in reverse.
You understand me? So, I mean, it throws you for a loop when you really think how how society is. I don't like it, you know. Like I had to tell a female coworker before she moved on to her next job. She's telling me nonsense on my head. Say, oh, she'd allow her 15-year-old to date, and oh, because at that young age, you know, she can find love. And I'm like,
Hmm?
huh?
What?
That's exactly what I said too, my niggas. You understand? I'm glad I was not out of my mind when I was like, huh? And she's like,
I'm
yeah,
assuming our parents were too strict in Jamaica. I don't know.
probably. Well, Anna, so
Probably, probably.
she try explain to me now, say, oh, a girl can experience love at that age. And I'm like, yes, you can. I'm not done yet. I say, yes, you can. And you can experience something else.
Yeah,
Sure
manipulation.
can. A man like me would pray
Remember,
and
she's
oh, hold
15.
on.
She's not. She's just going through puberty. A lot of emotions that she doesn't understand, that she can't figure out, but yet she gonna figure out love.
Welcome to and
And the
again,
worst
this is
part,
how
hold
I
on, the irony is her mom herself doesn't understand what love is. That's why she can say that shit. So
Or,
obviously her daughter will be led astray.
or she gonna learn today. She gonna learn today.
and at least yes, at least I did my civil duty. So I turned to her and I said, love you, say. Really? She says, yes. What? We say, all right. You see, I've been a boy, a man my entire life, you know. So I think I can answer this part of this conversation quite honestly. A man at age 15, young man at age 15, 16, 17, 14, has no intention, no desire, no urge, no fucking subliminal pull for him to want to find love at that age. Do you know what a young man at those ages normally want? She's like, what are you trying to say? Sex? I'm like, yes. Oh, lot of it. Quite frankly, if him can fuck you before him can fuck you before you go to school, if him can catch you your lunch break, and fuck you before you go to bed. That's how much hormones is pumping through that age young man's mind and body. Yeah, can fuck. And then she's like, oh my God. I'm like, love is the furthest thing from a man's mind at that age. You know,
Yeah.
which and I explained to her. I said, you know what at what age most men start thinking in the terms of like love and like settling down and want a marriage and relation, all them good shit there. Guess at what age? She's like, what are you trying to tell me? Like 20? I said, no, 25
30.
up. Yeah,
25
25
up.
up.
Yeah, I
25
knew it.
up.
That's why you hear fathers say to their daughters, "You're not allowed to date until you're 30."
No. Just make it simpler for you. When you're a teenager, do not date men in their early 20s. They have no desire for a real relationship. Most of them will just hit and quit it in their mindset. After a man passes the age of 25, by that time, biology, biological, biology, his biology, yes, especially after it's all said and done, especially if him a fuck. After a while, him realize, say, I've had my fair share of pussy. This whole fucking on the whole world shit annoying to me now. I really not the energy. So let me pick this one girl and let's make a life together. That's how men think. You understand me?
Yeah, I know.
Sex eventually loses its. All right, I'm not saying it loses its appeal. It doesn't. But the
I
yearning for
think
it.
I think Trey Songz said it best.
mm,
Sex ain't better than love.
I
You get to a
mean,
certain age where you want a companionship and not just hooking up. You
eh,
actually want something to come home to, you know?
someone stands that when I say this, you know that you're not supposed to try and find a reason to start an argument. You're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
know that when me say A, you mean okay, that means she just want even 3 hours to herself. Fine. Let me go clean the car. Let me go do some shit. Give her space. Not no wrong in that. Men, and the weirdest thing is, men are more understanding in that well, most men. And typical men. Men are more straightforward. When a woman say Ray, and I say, oh, okay, no problem. I you know, I great timing. I had something I was going to do. Let me just move it up early. So you get some time for rest, relax, whatever. You want something with me out? Men quick off said that. To me, anyways. Real men. I mean, no, when they say it like that, it sounds weird, though. But when I say real men,
I don't know. I'm maybe I'm in an alien planet right now because nobody understands when I say I want to be alone.
mm, mm.
It's like
Can we normalize being single?
it's like
No. It's not just being single. It's being understanding. When I say about
yeah, like
single,
if you're in a relationship, you don't want to be around that person 24/7. You have to have your me time.
Yeah.
yeah, people, and I'm
In
going to say
general, can we normalize getting our shit together?
hold on. I was going to say, everybody listening to this podcast, try to understand something. At the end of the day, I'm human too. I'm human too. Does not mean that I don't care. It's just sometimes I just don't feel like I need to care. If you understand what I'm trying to say. I
Emotionally drained.
just like any fucking thing else. Do you know what it feels? All right. For people who believe that driving is so, oh, you only a steer and drive. Try driving.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's very stressful.
Try drive y'all 10 hours straight. And tell me so that shit
Facts.
Oh
is a
hell no, hell no,
out. Yeah? Steer
hell
and plus,
no.
you know what? You
And
know
I'm
it.
not even a driver. I can tell you, no, hell no.
No, but hold on about me. I try to show you how simple-minded mankind can take things. You understand? When I tell people say me I drive all day, I'm tired. What you mean you're tired? All you do is just steer and press pedal. I'm like,
No, it's a lot of mental work, and mental work can be physically taxing.
just as draining as the physical shit. So so I'm like, you don't have a driver's license, do you? Then said no. I said that's why you make that very simple and
Stupid.
very meant.
Oh, here it goes again.
Yeah, I hear it. What? It's not even my own wife. Even my own wife, I had to teach her. I had to teach her boundaries when it relates to certain things. You understand me? I come home, I shower, I'm in the room, I'm just relaxing. I don't want to hear nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I never want nobody look. Sometimes my phone ring. Especially when you reach that stage where you just reach like you just start feel the mellowing out. Like
Yeah.
all your stress start melt away and people call you. Bumbo
Oh God, I hate
God,
that.
fucking shit piss me off. And even though you know this person is not saying something bad to you, just the fact that you're mentally unwinding, you don't want to hear nobody. So this notion that society, oh, you must be all if I'm not on you 100%, that means I don't feel a
Fuck
connection.
your mother.
No, what's your fucking mind, Are you what? You know how fucking annoying that shit is? Oh, I don't want nobody to love me like that yet. If that's what you call love, keep that shit. I swear to God. I'm sorry. I know people don't want to hear that shit, but like I think I said this on a previous podcast. I think I told my wife this. Did I tell her? Yeah, I told her on the podcast. I said, I'm glad you are how you are, flawed and all. She said, why you said that? I said, because if you were my perfect bitch, if you were the perfect woman I wanted, every way, you play video games, you fuck on demand, you cook a mean plate, you understand me? There's no arguments, you're silent, you're feminine. If you do every fucking thing on my ass, you give a mean blowjob, bitch, you can suck my soul out of my toes. You understand? I'm going into detail because when I,
Oh God, I was trying so hard not to laugh. Who was the one who let that one slip?
anyways, even if, like I said, you take my soul out of my toes. That's how. That's how. Oh my God, perfect. She wears skirts. Not afraid to take it on the counter, not the chair. Shit, on the kitchen floor. If you're into them freaky shit, you understand me? I said, if you were that bitch, I would leave you. She said, what? And I'm like, there's no room for growth. That shit is scary. Nobody wants a fucking machine. You're a machine. At that point, there's no disagreement. That means that we would never argue. Food would always be there. Like there'd be no challenge. You'd be a fucking robot to me. If you even had a social life, the fuck say, no matter what I say, you would do it without flinching, without question. For crying out loud, I had a friend who dumped a girl that me and you know truly. He dumped her because she was too much of that. That
Wow.
girl is you know her. I understand him on the line, but you know her. You know the guy who she that did too. Dude dumped her because she was too much like that. Come in, clothes spread, food cook, and the pussy pretty much showered and away upon him. She do everything, suck, freaky shit, twirl, all that good shit. And he left her, and I'm like, why? He said there was no challenge. I said, what? I said, no, you're laughing.
No,
What?
the way you said what?
Yeah. That's
Seems I
that.
missed a bit.
Huh?
Seems I missed a bit, but I heard everything.
Ah.
You missed a bit, but you heard everything.
So I'm like, what? And he's like, no, dog. Like, she's too simple, man. Like, there's no challenge to her. Like, I must say, me walk in right now and say, yo, but if you're headers, even if she's studying, she stops studying, goes down on her knees, pulls his pants, and get very visceral with it. Very graphic.
I'm sorry, I just
Oh yes.
And as soon as dude pop, just spit it out, wash out her mouth.
Swallow.
If she does, again,
Quitters
but
or quitter.
yes, Dario. We know sir, that your mantra.
okay, this is not about you right now. Anyway, calm down, sir.
About the universe.
This is not about you. But anyways,
Hear my complaint. Hear me. Why may I tell you?
anyways, so I was bewildered. I was like, you are out of your fucking mind. He was like, no. He's like, yo, you don't understand. I'm like, at first when I just started getting it was great for the first couple of years. Then it becomes monotonous. There is no challenge. There is, and I started to get what he meant, and that's dangerous. And I know I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to call him an asshole. You're a fucking idiot. You have the best thing. Much man would have killed for in a position. But then I really thought about it. After a few years of getting exactly what I want, sex on demand. You never disagree. You never fucking argue. Nothing like. And I'm not saying I want a bitch to knock me to fucking death. What I would like.
Not saying that you need to start cheating to spice up the relationship either.
Exactly. All I'm saying is, it would be nice that if I make a simple decision, and sometimes I'm overseeing, I'm not paying, I miss the small details. As my co-pilot, my woman, my ride or die, you're supposed to be, cognitive there, planted that, and this fuckable, oh man, just want barefoot and fucking pregnant. You're out your fucking mind. I don't even care. Yo, even if I was to marry again, if do you think I want a complete brain fucking dead woman to deal with? Do you think who wants somebody that my children can look upon and go, Dad, what the hell is it? Hold on, they can't know. No, hold on. Remember, no, and me, I raised them. Them are gonna know it's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
I mean, it sets a bad example for your daughters, and then your sons are gonna want to like puppets like her.
And then if she's brain
Thing is
dead,
that when you have a puppet as a partner, when the shit hits the fan, well, it's just gonna smear all everywhere. You don't want that.
but think about this, people. Think about this. And I know this is animation and people go, oh, well, I mean that's just anime, but most of this animation is based in real life. There's a lot of like, for example, hentai that is based in real life, but you don't hear about them shit here, no. So when you watch this level of degeneracy, you're like, oh my god, this is so fucking vulgar. No, bitch, it's real.
You would be surprised the amount of women that are turned on that shit.
Yo, and again,
I was surprised by the amount of women that are
I
turned
wasn't
on by that
surprised.
shit.
I was more surprised by the amount of women that pretending as if, oh, I would never want a man to do that to me. I say, bitch, if a man threatened to slam your head into the first locker, you would be wet for him in the first 5 seconds.
and it's weird. Well, Anna. So the number one request for women, both single and married, as it relates to like sex fantasies, is rape. And then there's the next one. There's rape. There's just regular rape. There is struggle rape.
Sensual rape.
Yes, and then there's the one where you're actually struggling to try and get away, and that tie you down, and yeah, then it's the humiliation. There's so many.
Yeah, humiliation. Oh my god, there's so many.
Search, I was mortified.
Degradation also.
Even the one where the man has a drop the rifle straight down her throat, balls, and every time he pull out the chair, chew up. Women like that shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Yep.
Yes. What? You think man actually enjoy that shit? Most men don't.
Look here. Most men are
Most men
terrified of that shit.
watch that shit. Most men don't
I'm
turn
terrified
about
of that shit. I don't want to see it too much. I read about it.
Look here.
Trust me, I read about it.
No, hold on.
Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. I just read about it.
Hold on.
that.
Any man that looks at you straight with a straight face and says, "Yeah, I dig that shit," run.
Oh God, no.
Run. Because
Oh,
he is
yeah.
the kind of psychopath who will do that shit to you, laugh about it, go to work the next day, talk about it, and pretend as if, oh, it's the best thing ever.
You're lucky. You're lucky him not come on round 2 start. Fuck there. You think, hold on. You think them people are normal? Understand something, sir. Okay, nobody wants to say. No.
Brother, brother, some shit that I have seen in the media, some things I have seen written by women. You know, it also begs the question, Bradshaw. Seeing as those 2 categories were the most requested, and I know I'm going to sound a bit offbeat for this one. For the women who like to pretend as if all men are predators and they need to be protected by men, I only have this to say to you. Fuck y'all. Because you are the same one who actually want a man to kidnap your ass and do all manner of evil things to you.
That reminds me of this movie that everybody loves called 365.
365 days. One of the most stupid.
I watched it and I was like,
stupid Bradshaw. It's one of the dumbest ways of portraying Stockholm syndrome. I was so insulted by the movie.
I was like, women love this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Women, the same women who complain about toxic masculinity and all this, and how they're targeted by men and how
No,
men
hold
are
on.
predators and whatever.
You know why I personally like the movie in a way? It goes to show that even when a man tells you that, yeah, after me done fuck you like 1, 2, 3 times, you're free to go. This bitch not only stayed after this motherfucker got shot, he cleared him of all charges afterwards. Oh, I willingly got kidnapped. I'm like,
Oh hell no.
that sounds about right. Sounds fitting actually, because that's what most women with so-called.
I mean,
yo, that's
after the movie, I sat and I thought about it. I was like, what did I just watch?
Bro,
Women like this?
and the
Women are
worst
going
part
crazy over
no,
this?
no, the worst part about it,
The guy kidnapped
the
her
argument is
and
about
told
sex-
her he
sex-
was gonna
sex-
keep her
sex
for a
is
year
protection.
until she fall in love with him.
Roger,
So he wouldn't let her go
Then what
until
goes
she fall in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
but the sex scenes were enticing. The sex scenes were the most average shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, it was. It was very average.
Most average shit I've ever seen.
It was so average. My God.
50 Shades of Grey did it better. And that's coming
Wow.
from
Amen. Amen. Oh my God. I've read kinkier shit. I'm
Damn.
like, what the hell? What
Yo,
the hell?
That's
No, hold on, Bracha. Alright. Remember one specific place. The man have the girl tie up, tie to the bed, Can do all manner of evil to her. And I'm like, wait, that's all you do?
them though.
The man basically yam her front, and that was pretty much all it was. Like he used, bro. I'm like, that's it. That's all you do. That's all, bro. You
Yeah.
are trash. You're trash. Bro, and the worst part, I'm watching this with females, and they are cringing with me. So I know say bad.
I realized that movie was a waste of time, and
Yo, I thought 50 Shades of Grey was shit, but me say put respect for 50 Shades of Grey.
God.
I still wouldn't give it respect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
At least these assholes actually tried something different in the two movies. Them. But 365 days, 1 and 2, two garbage tier movies.
So don't watch it.
Bro, if I could have told you not to watch, just like how you should have never watched Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Oh my God. Yo, forgive me.
Wait, you watch it?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Well, you never hear me talk about that, Ross, no?
Wait, the live action?
Truly,
The new one.
Truly, he dedicated an entire podcast to Bradshaw ranting about that shit. The man went on for about almost an hour-long rant.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck.
a lot of these things, I don't know if it's the director or the actors, but some of these things have the potential to be good, but them fuck it up somewhere. Fuck it up somewhere.
Well, I know. Let's break it down, right? So you mean if you tell me, say you have what? How much games now them make? About what? 13 or 12 in total.
Yeah.
For the main continuity of how much game them make? About 12? Or 11?
More than that. More than that.
No, I thought like just the main continuity. I not talk about like the side quest, man. Not like that.
Right,
11, right?
11, I believe, yeah.
I mean, if you tell me, say out of all 11 stories that were there, you mean if you tell me, say you still fuck up? Bro,
yeah.
This is not even like say a Power Rangers where you can basically reboot that shit and just make
the game cutscenes was better than the movies. I'm like, how the hell did y'all fuck it up?
I mean the Power Rangers movie.
The Power Rangers, I didn't really have a problem with the Power Rangers movie. But hold on. You know what I wanted from the Power Rangers movie that they didn't give me, Bradshaw, and I've been waiting for it? I want it to be a rated R movie. I mean, I tell you why. Power Rangers is one of the some shit in Power Rangers that I've seen as a kid. That shit has traumatized.
Yeah, the first the first generation.
Some shit in Power Rangers are just I'm just like,
I think that's where the tentacle that's where the tentacle monster fantasy came from. I I swear to you, I think that's where it started.
Yo, truly, sometimes I forget that you are a freak too. Sometimes I do forget. But it's nice to see the real you from time to time. How's it been?
Shit.
In a minute.
Shit.
She saw that shit. She got caught in 4K. But yeah, my youth. Like, I say, I don't have a problem with them rebooting the Power Rangers series. And really and truly, the live action ones haven't been as atrocious as I thought they should be. But just want them to just take the risk and just not make it kid friendly. Because really and truly, fuck them kids. Honestly.
Yep. Yeah. But
yeah, because the only reason they made those reboots was for the adults
Exactly.
who have the nostalgia.
Which begs the
And
question.
we would love to see more blood and gore and all kind of manner of.
I don't need to see blood and gore. No. I just want them to actually take it a step further. Let me see planets dying. Let me see one Power Ranger get blasted away. The first time I see a Power Ranger dead live in front of my eyes, and when I watch Time Force, I'm like, wait, these niggas can die? I'm like, what?
No. There was a fun fear that somebody made. I think what I'm called Power Rangers Shattered Grid. They made a fun art.
Yes.
Comic. This Ranger that was going time and killing off everybody, and Kimberly watch.
Yeah.
The thing push the blade on your ass.
No,
that shit was
it's not a fun thing, it's an actual comic.
Oh shit.
It's an alternate version of if Tommy never actually turned to the good side.
Oh wow.
Essentially. Like,
I would like to see that.
Essentially, how the story was going, right? It's like start out.
They should have made a movie about that instead.
No, but there was going to be a movie, but then the director them and Sega must have getting some dispute or some shit like that. I don't remember.
Oh, come on.
I remember it started like it go like the normal thing, right? And out of the blue, man slice off Rita head. I'm like, hold on there. What we just read a while ago? The man cut off Rita head, no cap, and the man say, yo, that's just the beginning. Next scene, I see the man wage a war for all of the Power Rangers them. First thing, the man kill Jason and take him Porkine. I said, bumbuckle the man dog, you're afraid. And then the man say, yo, Kimberly, how do you like to be my slave? And she said, no. The man said, you don't have a choice in the matter. In the next 10 years, the man torture the girl with mental manipulation and physical and tell the girl, say, yo, you are my bitch and will forever be my bitch. I'm like, okay.
I need to find this.
And his whole motivation for doing this is because why are the Power Rangers such goody two shoes giving up their powers after they finish their job? Like, why the fuck me can't keep my powers? Man say, oh, fuck that. I'm wage a war upon the whole of them and kill off the whole rest of them.
Yeah, makes sense.
I say, the man go on a Batman level of termination for them.
Yeah, I would want to read that. I would want to read that.
And even when the man get captured, the man a troll Billy and man said, yo, you really think you can keep me contained in here? You're not I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. I said, plot clean. I mean, the way they write him afterwards, you kind of find out, say, oh, the man beat on the man I want like a bitch, but that I best quality about him. The man I want conniving weasel. Man doesn't give a shit about how he winning fight. Man say, yo, I will stick my finger in your eyes and win. But yeah, one movie we're supposed to get met about it, but like, then it just fall through eventually.
That would have been a good movie to watch.
Shattered Grid, and it all started with Tommy again, an alternate version of Tommy. What if the Green Ranger actually became evil?
Who laughed? Like, who did that?
I'm like, didn't we already see when this nigga bodied the whole cast of Power Rangers and they have to use platform to beat him? Like, wasn't that enough? Movies just not have the nostalgia feeling like one time. I remember even trash ass Beale's movies, I could still walk away and say I was thoroughly entertained. Ghost Rider comes to mind when I think of a Beale's movie. The two Ghost Rider them.
But really and truly, though, the live actions they could have done better,
Yeah,
but they just didn't.
yeah, but this are the problem we always have with Marvel and DC. Marvel especially, right? I tell people all the time, and Marvel fanboys always attack me that what, oh, you must be a DC fanboy. And I'm like, yes, obviously. But the truth me at all. Like, how the hell do you create an entire sequel for Avengers, but yet still there are so many characters in the DC universe that are so much more important than the fucking Avengers. Like, I see a move with Silver Surfer. I see a move with Bomba, Ghost Rider. Man,
They did have movies about Ghost Rider.
yeah, but they weren't them not really showcasing what you really want to see. I mean, yeah, Nicholas
Yeah,
Cage are fucking insane psychopath, yes, but
a movie I would like to see with um the modern day CGI we have right now. But I'm also afraid they would fuck it up.
which one?
Spawn.
They did that and messed up absolutely
They
horribly.
did it.
Yeah, one
Oh
all one
God,
from
thank God I
about
didn't see it.
90. I mean, it wasn't totally bad, but back then, say if critics weren't liking shit, them just decide say, oh yeah, fuck that. But it's a cult
Oh wait,
classic.
the 90s movie of
Yeah, I
Spawn?
mean,
It was alright.
Spawn been needing a reboot since
It
2004.
was alright. It
You
was
ever know why I
alright.
think they can't touch Spawn? Spawn, Spawn are probably the only character I think in a DC universe in belong to, right?
Yeah.
I think Spawn are the one character in a DC.
Wait, DC?
Hold on, maybe I'll make sure me check.
No, I think it's
Spawn.
Say a whole heap of people that come after them. Whole heap of people that come after them. Yo,
Not my falling.
yo, that's one of the most favorite. Yo, that's probably one of the few comics that DC and Marvel didn't make, and still up on the same
Oh,
level.
yeah.
As,
Oh. He's not a part of any of the universe. He's just like one of them middle ground characters you have.
Todd McFarlane Team Universe different. So if you
Yeah.
even want to read them comics, you have to buy them separate. So yeah. But me I say, yo, them man there, even to this very day, Spawn still like people still talk about Spawn.
Spawn,
Oh,
let me tell you one reason why I think modern
yeah,
day
you
DC
had
movies, let me tell you why
anything
they
you
can't
can
make
do.
it like how they make modern day DC movies. One, them not gonna have the balls to do what the series do. Cause me not tell you like, me rewatch the original series of Spawn and read about the comics, that shit was violent. As much as Maria Al Simmons, that nigga was not a saint. Man used to beat
but
his wife.
that's
The
but
man used to
that
beat
was
his
the
wife on a
reason why
regular
he was
basis. I'm like, damn.
Yep.
but that was the reason why he got his powers, wasn't it? That's how he became a Spawn.
No, well,
He
was
he
that.
originally was supposed to be a Spawn of hell.
Well, I know
Yeah.
the way how it convoluted, cause when you actually go further into the lore of it, you realize the forces of hell were free growing him from the damn born. So he may always destined to get shit pan anyway. Him just did speed up the process by being an assassin.
Yeah, he was originally supposed to be a Spawn of hell.
Fuck this nigga came. The fact this nigga was the bottom of the barrel of hell and managed to kill God and Satan at the same time. That is
He didn't kill
props.
them. He didn't kill them.
Well, trap them in our next dimension of his own making, but same thing.
Okay. That,
But
That
DC,
will always be my favorite.
DC can frig up Superman and Batman as much as they want. It now really do those two characters much of a hit. Cause people already love them.
Uh,
But Spawn now,
Mm.
if them fuck up Spawn, and the DC fans would have riot. Spawn is probably one of the only characters outside of probably the Joker that has a neutral ground with almost everybody, where everybody likes them.
Beck and Revelry
Yep.
and there's a blood club. Yo, I tell you, if them do that blood clot movie and fuck it up, oh my god, them are gonna come after them blood clot. Oh, you think any movie get shit pan yet? Oh my god, go fuck up Spawn and go put in them SJW and all man a walk fuckery. You know the man blood clot movie. I'ma say the fan them better go after them. I'm not gonna say man. Oh God, I swear I hate this shit. I hate this era of entertainment. I swear to God. I can't wait one day when I talk to my kids and say, oh, yeah, the worst era in movies was from 2017 go to 2022. Pure fuckery.
Yep.
Me say polish it off and oh, no booty ass cheeks. Nothing good about it. Pure fuckery.
I hope to God them don't make a Blade remake. I swear to you,
What do you
I
mean
would,
not,
I
not
would
making a
hate
blade
them. I would,
remake?
I
What
would
you talking about?
hate
Oh,
It's
them.
already in the works. What you talking
hey,
about?
What? No, they
what?
gonna fuck it up.
Yes,
Clot, tell.
but I told
You
you
guys
guys this is the last time we were speaking. The tell you say
know,
you're
Oh
gonna
yes, yes,
remake it,
yes, 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 you
and
did.
it's
Yes, you
not
told
rated
us.
R. So you already know say it's a bomb.
Oh God, fucking
And Wesley
idiots,
Snipes is not played
fucking
in this one,
idiots,
so you already know say get frigged.
Bumbo
fucking
clot, them
idiots,
always.
Brother,
fucking idiots.
me and my brethren when I talk for my own person, something for Anchor Bradshaw.
Mm.
Then I talk about it, and I say, yo, say, yo, Marvel have some nerve. They make them personal bias against Wesley Snipes. Getting at the fact, say, yo, he built them to where them be now.
Yeah,
They don't
I mean,
want to admit it.
I didn't really have a problem with the Blade trilogy, although some people seem to have this notion, say, oh, the second and third movies are just completely trash, and I'm just like, okay.
what?
Nobody had the balls to put Dracula in a them show and actually make it look realistic. Fuck y'all. But the man making up they wanna win they wanna they know. And then we have
Mm-hmm.
the nerve to talk about how the man about legal issues. Man, go suck on yourself with no legal issues. Legal issues.
He went to prison for tax evasion.
But that's another reason why them don't want him to do the movie. Them have disagreements with him with him as a person. They don't give a shit. Look how much ex-convict work for them.
Wait. I'm sure they had a lot of nightmarish actors work with them.
Look here. DC and Marvel don't give a shit about your background of who you used to be.
True, Iron Man wouldn't exist if that's true.
Yeah.
Yo,
Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr., that nigga, he get with Broadway murder still. The man was a menace to society back then. Remember you?
Yep.
But I mean, props to him turn this life around. Why is there so many? The page is open. What's going on? Well, I already know all the movies I won't be watching.
I know Black Adam. I know it's a far fetched swing, but I know.
You often know why I'm holding off on criticizing Black Adam. And I know a lot of people might disagree, but Dwayne The Rock Johnson is many things, but at least he can hold a crowd when he's on screen.
Yeah.
He's not like most actors where if in there on screen and you know him, you're just like meh. Yeah, he rock some cheesy roles, but when that nigga there on screen and it's an action role, you're just drawn for just say, let me see what this nigga is going to do. But I will tell you this much. If by some way they make him fuck up Superman in that movie, I will laugh my ass off. That alone go make me watch a movie. That alone will make me sell the movie. Hey, I'm not a Superman hater, you know, but seeing him get his ass beat is just something of a highlight for me.
What are the part of it? Hello. Doctor.
Yo,
Black Adam bodied Superman. Holy
yeah,
time.
we know, but when
Ah,
the fandom likes to, well, I know, the fandom likes to
I
portray
need to
so
see this now.
he's completely superior to everything, yet still Black Adam has the one thing where he can't beat magic and physical force in a one.
I need to watch it now. Superman getting his ass whooped.
Black
And
Adam is nothing.
and
Comic
hey,
animal in the
I
actual.
don't hate Superman enough because I think a lot of people misread the type of character he's supposed to be. Man, Superman is not supposed to be something despite how strong he is. Man is a complete nerd. And I said, I did say this.
But he's a little self-righteous.
Yeah, himself righteous because you must always. He's like an adult version of Scott McCall. You must always do the right thing. Like, you must always do this. Yet still, when Darkseid did fall down flip of Earth, the first thing come my head I say, yeah, I'm going to kill this nigga. But all right, I mean, he didn't have all right to kill him still. To be fair. But it's just this continuous cycle where people just feel like they are continually just miswrite the man. It's just horrible. It doesn't make no sense. But not a lie. Adam body Superman. I'm going to say yes, it was very well. Yep.
Well,
I won't
lie. I did not like Zack Snyder's version of Darkseid. It
complete trash.
The face of the real Darkseid. The whole legacy, the fact that almost every iteration of Darkseid has not only bodied Superman, but made him their bitch. This Darkseid is not that one. Not even quite similar. Not even partially similar. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I watching? Focus. I'm like, wow. Darkseid took down to a half swing. Brock when it lick him skin. Darkseid looked upon him like, what the fuck was that?
First of all, Bradshaw, Darkseid should not get introduced so early in the Justice League series, right? We all know this. Why one of the biggest villains in the entire DC universe is introduced in the literal first chapter of the movie? Like, you lose the spectacle already. That's all. Like, at least Thanos, as much as big of a bitch he is, they kept that asshole in the shadows mostly. He did a plot a scheme behind, and you did see him face every now and then. But they never revealed him completely. But Darkseid, big bad of the entire universe, gets introduced in the first main continuity movie. And he gets completely walked over by arguably a weaker
version. They were trying their hardest to compete with Marvel, which was...
But they don't need to compete with Marvel, and that them not get. They don't.
That's what I was going to say. That was a mistake on their part.
Marvel is in a fantastic job of burying themselves, because the recent Thor movie was so ass. Not even Marvel fans can defend that shit.
Oh yeah, that. Yep.
The mighty God of Thunder, the strongest man in the world, reduced to nothing but comedic relief, and his girlfriend can rebuild his hammer. Team hammer, you know.
Yep.
Cut off.
That was a low blow. It's like Marvel's was like pissed at Thor.
No, what I know? Them part of it, you know. Them are trying to guilt trip the man that we abandoned her. Her planet was going to die, and he sacrifices him happiness for she. I say, yo, you know what? It's true. Me stop watching movie halfway through. I say, me now watch this shit. Now waste my time.
Heartbreak. said the reviews them, it's rub me wrong. I'm like, wow, this is sad. This is truly sad. Because I was one of them that was very hopeful that this shit would actually be good.
Nope. Knew from the trailer that the movie was going to be a complete shit.
I did not see the trailer before I watched the movie.
The minute I saw that they reintroduced the human girl net and they gave her his powers, I'm like, here we go again, another Captain Marvel wannabe.
That was the aim. Most people never noticed that. That was the goal of all of that.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Because
Mjolnir. I'm like, said this is such a disrespectful thing to not even just Thor, just the Norse gods alone. The hammer, what they choose him and make for him alone.
Yeah.
But they also tried to play it off like in one of the scenes he had a conversation with Mjolnir to protect what's her name? What was the girl's name? I don't know the girl's name.
It's not important because she's so unimportant.
And the fact that she even died at the end. What the hell? If you can wield Mjolnir.
Despite having all that power, she's still weaker than Thor, but yet still we're supposed to believe that Thor can't rebuild his own friggin' hammer.
And the very end of the movie, he gave the hammer. No, he gave away his axe to this child. Yeah.
Jesus, have merciful. I've seen it all now.
Did you see the end of the movie?
I told you I stopped watching it halfway through because of how shit it was.
Yeah, he gave away the axe.
Turn it off and start watch back Fistful of Vengeance. As much as Fistful of Vengeance not really all that good, at least I'm entertained and actually can be satisfied with the ending. God. And give it the axe up what the bomb what then go through hell for make film to go. Yo, Jesus Christ.
A few years back when I heard that there was going to be a female Thor, I thought it would be from an alternate universe.
Yeah, no, you have to know the thing that pisses me off the most. Is the fact that when you look at the comics and how she was introduced, it was decent. She didn't need to prove that she was as strong as Thor. She was strong in her own way. Yet still, the SJW crowd just needs to be recognized. Pathetic. Completely pathetic.
The more them push.
Yeah. A lot of.
Reject it. So, good for your night, or what?
Yeah, I mean, should I stop the record for a long time?